To the Modern Warfare 2 MLG Pro Circuit playoffs. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're about to kick it off on Game 2. Astro, we had a really big Game 1 where we saw it initially go into overtime, so the map had to be replayed. But now, Xtravagant was able to pull off Game 1 with a 1-0 win on Capture the Flag High Rise. We're moving into Game 2, which is going to be Search and Destroy Karachi. What do you think about Search and Destroy Karachi? These guys coming in here, we're going from a very fast-paced Slayer game and Capture the Flag, moving into a more of a slower, objective-focused Search and Destroy.
Well, you know, the last match was kind of a warm-up for both teams. That's the first map in any match is always kind of a warm-up, and a Capture the Flag on High Rise is probably one of the best warm-ups you can get on a first map. You know, there's a lot of gunfights, a lot of shooting, and as we load the game here on Karachi, we're probably going to see, you know, these teams have a little bit better on their shots, and that's really what's going to matter. Making sure that you can hit your shots when you come face up with an opponent, and right now, that's all that matters. We're going to have to see Vex kind of pick it up and see if they can tie this match 1-1.
All right, well, who do you want to kick it off with? Do we want to watch Xtravagant or VXD coming in here? I don't know, man. They were both boasted, but I guess we should give it to Xtravagant, who's playing on the top team, Op4. I mean, they did win Game 1. And who do you want to watch, though, for Team Xtravagant, Hastro?
I'd like to stick with Sidrock, to be honest. I mean, the guy is just blowing up, and right now, he's putting on a show.
All right, well, let's put it on there. I hope there's no favoritism coming on your behalf.
No, I mean,
put him on there. I'm just messing with you.
He just posted the highest score last round, and right now it looks like he's the last one up for Xtravagant as his team gets cleaned up entirely too fast, and Sidrock is clutch and tough.
Yeah, right on. They might have been. I like the pun with the PSN name. I think they still were in that Capture the Flag mode, so they kind of rushed. I don't think they were ready to play Search and Destroy. But let's see if Sidrock can just come up monster clutch status, and it's gonna have to be a 3v1 to do so.
Yeah, and right now Sidrock is playing this nice and slow. He's up in top red. He takes a quick shot right there. He probably should have held off on that, as whoever that was had his back turned to him. And right now he's going to make the move and try and get out of there.
He did produce hit markers on that, but he wasn't able to take anybody out. But with 1 minute and 20 seconds left, he's got to be playing the bomb. I mean, he's on offense. He's a low man standing. So not only is it a 3v1 situation, but he's also got it against him where he's got to either take everyone out or plant the bomb. He doesn't even have the luxury of being able to sit back and wait for these guys to come to him. So with 1 minute and 6 seconds left, they all are kind of converging in on him. But he takes out Circa with the ump. As Circuit tried to get a little bit creative there and come from behind to take him out, but it didn't happen. So now is a 2v1 situation. 50 seconds on the clock, guys. They're playing Search and Destroy Game 2. Search and Destroy, you got to be patient. It's a game that favors the patient, skilled players that are able to run that objective and switch into it. So he knows where the bomb is. He's able to pick it up.
Oh!
And takes out mutation. So all of a sudden, he has turned this into a 1v1 with 36 seconds left on the clock, and he's going to switch it up with him. He's going to try to run it to A and get that plan off. Remember, you're going to need 7.5 seconds to get this plan off. He is going to have a sufficient amount of time to get there without a problem and get the plan off. I truly don't believe that they anticipate him planning at A at all, given where all of it is.
Oh, there's a stun.
Yep. And it's coming down to it, and Kryptonite came up clutch there for VXD, was able to call the switch from B to A, gets a stun down there, followed by Semtex, but was ultimately able to clean him up. And I don't know if he got the up kill or the Semtex kill there, but that was clutch. Sidrock, a valiant effort, but not enough, as VXD is able to get round 1 here, win on Search and Destroy. Let's see if they're able to hold it a little bit together here, longer Xtravagant is. And I'm going to put it back on Sidrock just because he was the man there last round. He just wasn't able to close it up as he gets stunned in the hallway. Hopefully the Semtex doesn't follow or he will be taken out.
Yeah, what happened there is, if you look at the scoreboard, Kryptonite right now, he took out the entire Xtravagant team last round, including that really clutch play. He just pulled another kill right now. He's sitting at 5-0. We're looking at a 3v2 situation. Oh, sorry, 3v4 situation right now for Xtravagant.
Sidrock, certainly a player familiar with competitive play. He was the national championship runner-up for Call of Duty 4 as he played with Team Envy, Hastro's team, and he's played a lot of other matches on stream. So he's familiar with the situation, and he's familiar with the intensity that comes with it. And let's see if he's able to do something again for his team.
Oh, great nade.
Yeah, that was a clutch nade. As the situation now goes to a 3v2 with Mutation and Kryptonite left. And Kryptonite is the only guy posting kills for his team. Guys, he is 5-0 right now after only 1.5 rounds of being played. 5-0. I just wanted to get that across for Kryptonite. So Sidrock certainly has his adversary in his hands full going against Kryptonite right now, but it is a 3v1 situation, and let's see if they're able to pull it up. Four kills, 1 death by Sidrock, and JCap's 1-1. That's all we got for kills for Xtravagant, and like I just said, Kryptonite is the only person for VXD to get a kill, and he's got 5 as JCap takes out Mutation to make it a 3v1 now. So Mutation's out of the picture, and like we said earlier, when Sidrock was on offense in a one-man situation, now we have Xtravagant on defense here, where they've got to just have Kryptonite come to them and just play slow. So they should, without any problem, be able to get this round win and tie it up. But I don't know. Kryptonite's playing strong right now, so you don't want to count him out of the picture. JCap sat up in the middle of the map, just hanging tight, see if he comes through the middle. We got Rambo kind of keeping an eye between B and A, kind of the floater in between the two. And Sidrock has got a calm, heavy eye right now on A, with 2 stuns ready to be tossed at somebody. 18 seconds left. It doesn't look like they're making a push into A yet, but Sidrock will stay calm and collected and see if they do come in. But Rambo is able to kill Kryptonite, and it looks like, let's watch the player cam. I'm assuming it happened over at B. Yep, Kryptonite coming in over in the B area, and they just bet, Rambo just bet him as he was running, was not able to get the gun up, and Rambo was able to clean up the kill, and it goes to 1-1 here, guys. VXD's got to win this map. Right now, we are playing on Xtravagant's host, and of course, if you're not playing on your own host, you're never really happy with it. After this 2 games of Xtravagant hosting, we will be switching over for Game 3 VXD to host. Just like if you're playing home or away, I think, of course, it's advantageous for your team to host. So we will be switching sides here after this game. 1-1 with 2 minutes on the clock. What are you seeing right now, Hasher, that's impressing you, my man?
Well, last round we were in that situation where we were 3v4. Xtravagant had 3 players up, and Sidrock managed to pop off a quick kill with the Yump and get a crazy nade that on the top satellite there to put his team in a great position. So credit to him. But now, we're sitting in another situation where it's 3v2. Xtravagant is managing to get the numbers and kind of take that advantage, and especially on offense here, that's going to be a key portion of how you're going to be successful on Karachi. Right now, Rambo is pushing the bomb back cafe here. JCap cleans up another kill, so I expect him to go over to B and plant this bomb now that they're in a 3v1 situation. Circa is going to have to be a really heads-up player right now, which he is. He does a great job right there, cleaning up Rambo. Good anticipation, making sure that he doesn't let Rambo get that bomb off. He really anticipated that well. And right now, it looks like he popped the stun off out on Big Timer. We have our player cam on him. He's being extremely patient. And, that bomb's down at B, and Circa knows that. So I'd like to see him get set up on that.
Let's switch it over to bottom team and put it on Circa's. That's go ahead, switch it off from Xtravagant over to VXD. Let's watch Circa. Guys, he's a very talented objective player. And talking to VXD about their team, they are very confident in a situation that Circa is by himself when they presented with that he will come up clutch. So I know that they still have faith in him, as they love him coming up clutch in the situation. And 2-2 right now. He's got room to come up big. He's got to go against JCap and Big Timer. So it is a 2v1, but again, Circa's on defense, but he's spread thin with 29 seconds left. He's only going to be able to watch 1 bomb site. Obviously, he can't be at 2 places at one time. So this idea right here is he's going to keep an eye on it. A, looks like it's going to pay off.
Smart play by Circa.
Smart play. Didn't get excited to make that kill. He waited for that bomb plant. That just bought him more time. He knew 7.5 seconds. I'll count to 5 or 6. I'll take him out. That'll buy me more time. And that's what's going to make the difference now, as he's going to listen to see if they pick it up. He's saying, no, they didn't. No, they didn't pick it up. They got it. So 1-1 right there, and they were not able to take him out. That was smart play by Circa. Props to him with a 2-bar. I always give props when you're on a little bit of a lag there. Way to come through, and he is able to put VXD in the lead on Search and Destroy 2-1. Remember, guys, it's first before we'll win Search and Destroy. We're playing Game 2 here. Search and Destroy Karachi. If you're just tuning in, this is Game 2 of the Pro Circuit playoffs for Modern Warfare 2, where we've got our number 7 seed Xtravagant going against our number 11 seed VXD. Right now, we've got VXD on the player camera, where we've got Kryptonite carrying the bomb with the player camera on him, and see if they can run this streak, this lead they got here after a really well round 3 they just played.
Yeah, and I'd like to go back to what Circa did right there. He took out a planner at the B site. He was 1v3 in that situation. Just remember that, guys. And what he did there is he knew the bomb was down at B, and he just totally took off and protected himself, took off towards A, and decided to just kind of camp it out. And that was a risky move that paid off big. It was a really smart play on his part. And right now in this round, JCap just went really big, picked up a couple kills, and it's still a 1v1 situation, it looks like now. So it's Kryptonite versus JCap. Kryptonite is putting the bomb down as we speak. He manages to get out of there. So 1v1, looks like JCap is going to have to come up big with a defuse and a kill.
Or a ninja defuse, a sneaky beaver defuse, I guess. One of the two. Kryptonite's got, that's not going to happen with Kryptonite up at the top here. He's got a great view on the bomb. He's kind of moving around.
Oh.
That was reckless on Kryptonite's behalf. He was looking all over the place. He should have gotten a spot where he was able to listen for maybe a defuse there or a jingle on the bomb, but instead JCap took him out wonderfully and is defusing the bomb right now. So this has been the matchup we told you guys. You are watching two of my predicted top 5 teams coming in, so you've got quite a matchup here in just winners round 2 with Xtravagant and VXD kicking it off here in game 2, and it has been, they've been just fighting for it so far, as now we've just seen these ties, and now Search and Destroy, it is tied up 2-2 here. So the next team to win 2 rounds will win game 2. Remember guys, Xtravagant won game 1 of the series. We are now in game 2 of the series. So it is time for VXD to come up big here, or Xtravagant is going to take a 2-0 lead in the series. As far as series win, all you got to do is get 3 game wins and go ahead and advance. We're playing a best of 5 here as we got our player camera on mutation. He's hanging out slow right here, just kind of keeping an eye outside B. Didn't rush into B like some players do and have a fight in the courtyard of B. He stays back. Circa is also by B, keeping an eye out on anybody trying to cut through the middle here. And you've got Kryptonite hanging out. So all of the players were hanging out as JCap took out Modi for Team VXD, and now it's a 4v3 situation early on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and you know what I saw there out of Vex, they're kind of playing very passive. They went and tried to make a B push on defense, but they really weren't successful. Right now, it doesn't look like they have anybody over on the B side. Well, actually, they do have a couple people top red now, so they didn't make that move, but JCap is doing a great job of cleaning everybody up here. He's sitting at 8-2. We're in a 4v2 situation right now. Extravagant has the advantage, and Kryptonite and Circa are going to have to come up really big right now to prevent Extravagant from going up on the 3-2 lead.
And although Rambo just got taken out there, JCap and Xtravagant combined are at what? 13 and 6 right now. So they're dominating right now like no other. While Kryptonite is now 5-3. So although he did come out hot early on, 5-0 by the second round there, he's been slowing down at 5-3. And Circa has certainly stepped up. So this is a huge 2v1 situation as Big Timer was able to take out Circa, and it looks like, what are we looking at now? A 1v1 here or 2v1?
1v2.
Yep, looks like Xtravagant or JCap and Big Timer for Xtravagant as Kryptonite evens the score 1-1 here. So Kryptonite going against JCap, the two best players right now in the matchup, with 8-3 for JCap and 6-3 for Kryptonite going into this round. So let's see what can happen here. Kryptonite is in the more favorable position on defense with 20 seconds left on the clock. JCap's gonna have to do something here.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah, I don't even think Kryptonite saw JCap run by on his screen, but JCap definitely ran around on his screen, and Kryptonite reloaded his gun right there. JCap definitely heard that, made the move from off the bridge right there where the monument is, hopped up and cleaned that kill up pretty quick. So it was kind of a mistake on Kryptonite's part. He missed that player running across on his screen. We all saw it, and looks like right now they're down 3-2. They're going to have to come up with a plan.
It happens, man. It definitely does. So right now it's 3-2, where all of a sudden VXD was leading earlier in the series 2-1. Xtravagant bounced back to take the series lead 3-2. Let's switch it back to our top team, which is Xtravagant right now, and let's go ahead and let's put Rambo left, because right now it's only Rambo and Big Timer in a 4v2 situation, but Big Timer was able to take out Circa to make it 4v3. So now the crazy duo of Big Timer and Rambo, they're together, but nope, Modi was able to take out Rambo, so Big Timer is sitting by himself, and he's got to do something here. It is 3-2 in the series. So if VXD is able to get this off, they will push this game into overtime on Search and Destroy, and Kryptonite was able to do just that as we switch it over to the player cam, or the kill cam right here, as we see Kryptonite come in and just take out Big Timer. It looks like they called him out by the sandbags. He was just able to jump up, take him out. Nice shooting by Kryptonite to take out Big Timer. So guys, overtime, whoever wins this round wins it all here for game 2, and it looks like Xtravagant is gonna be on defense. So let's put our player camera on JCap as he's coming out. Marathon Stopping Power Ninja. Rambo's in front of him with lightweight on, just cruising, decides not to switch classes and stays with it. And some sloppy shooting, but he gets that off. That was nice by Rambo as he takes out Kryptonite. I didn't know he was going to be able to pull that off. He was kind of stunned there, and he sets up nice on the bomb, so he's already in a good position on B, and somewhere where I'm sure they're not anticipating him as he throws a stun to somebody's face and takes out Mutation. So Rambo comes out the gate strong, confident, running with Marathon lightweight, and is able to take out 2 players for Team VXD, which is putting Xtravagant in a favorable 4v2 situation where now all they have to do is eliminate Circa and Modi.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough in a situation where you're 2v4 and now it's 1v4. Circa is going to have to come up mega clutch.
Clutch, because Rambo has now eliminated 3 out of the 4 players for VXD in overtime. The man has just been cut loose, and guys, he's got lightweight on too, so you got to give the guy credit. He's running around wreaking havoc behind enemy lines right now, and I think if everybody hangs tight, they should be able to close this up no problem. Xtravagant will in this 4v1 situation, and they're on defense.
Yep, Rambo took full advantage of his host right now. He took lightweight and marathon on one of his classes, and he pushed up as fast as possible to B and got in their face pretty quickly. He held up kind of in the arches off his break, and it was a smart play. He managed to pick up a quick kill right there as stuns were hitting JCat behind him, and the other team really just didn't really anticipate him being in that situation or in that spot. And yeah, he did a great job. Sidrock cleans up Circa right there, and Xtravagant's going to take a 2-0 lead in this match.
That was huge. It was they were fighting this out the whole time, just like they were in Game 1. Although Xtravagant's got a 2-0 series lead now, this game has been close the whole time. Hastro, why don't you go ahead and break down the stats for us real quick as VXD pops out of this room to set up for their Game 3 host.
Yeah, sure. JCap over on Xtravagant came up really big in that match. He posted up a 9-3 on the scoreboard as we're about to check out right now. He definitely did the big job and most of the work for his team. Sidrock came in at 6-5. Anytime you're positive in a search and destroy game, you're doing your job. On the other side, Kryptonite had a couple really good plays. He came in at 7-5. Circa had that really good clutch. That was 1v3. Modi was kind of slacking here. He went 1-6. That really hurt the team. So, you know, Modi is one of those players who's extremely aggressive. He's one of those guys that you don't want to see in the run and gun game types, but it looks like over here on the PS3 tonight, he's kind of struggling in the search and destroy, but I'm sure he'll make that up in the run and gun game types.
In a match where a lot of people predicted VXD to come out over Xtravagant, it has not been the case as Xtravagant now leads the series 2-0, guys. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back to bring you Game 3 of the Modern Warfare 2 MLG Pro Circuit Playoffs.